Hello, welcome back to my study here in Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. In today's video, I want to share with you the 7 places that I stayed in on my recent visit to England and Wales. So these are 7 locations that I think are perfect for history lovers. The first one is called the Hart Hotel, and I actually stayed there for 3 nights. It's in a place called Kingston upon Thames, very close to the Hampton Wick roundabout, if you know that, and not far at all from Hampton Court Palace. So very handy if you're wanting to visit the palace and have some nice walks along the Thames. So it's located west of the city, which means it's easily accessible from Heathrow, just a short drive, and of course great to be close to Hampton Court Palace when you're a Tudor history lover. But also you can very easily catch the train into central London if you'd like to spend a day there exploring, which I certainly did myself. So the Hart Hotel actually dates back to the 17th century. There's been an inn on that site since I think the middle of the 1600s. But this building is probably the third incarnation of the Hart Hotel, and it's a mock Tudor building that was built in around 1930, but it feels very authentic. So it is actually a pub and the rooms are upstairs. So there's a little bit of noise, but it certainly wasn't excessive. And the room was super, super comfortable. The food in the pub was absolutely delicious, top class food and really great breakfast. So I absolutely enjoyed my stay. And what was really exciting is that their suites are themed and they're each named after one of Henry VIII's wives. Now, I had not selected my room, but I was allocated the Anne Boleyn, which I was very excited about, and you'll see in a moment how happy I was about that and why. So this is a really lovely spot if you're wanting to explore Hampton Court, any other locations sort of west of the city, and really easy to get into London as well. So let me show you my gorgeous room. Let me give you a tour of my beautiful room at the Hart Inn in Kingston upon Thames. Oh my goodness, and look at the theme. It could not be more appropriate. So beautiful. A sight for the sorest, most jet-lagged eyes. I absolutely love it. And the fact that it's the Anne Boleyn room and that I didn't select this was just selected for me, is pretty amazing. The bed looks very, very comfortable. And of course the English do a tea station like no other. I'm about to have a cup of tea. There I am there, very jet lagged. Wait till you see the bathroom. It is absolutely stunning. Oh. Have the bath, but we also have a very large shower. Now, from Kingston upon Thames, I then went to Laycock. This is an absolutely gorgeous village in Wiltshire. Now, some of you may know the village because it's been a very popular filming site. So things like Downton Abbey, I know it's been in Harry Potter films. It's also been in Wolf Hall as well, so it is incredibly beautiful. There is the stunning Laycock Abbey there, which is why we stayed there in the first place. We wanted to explore that. And so we overnighted in the Sign of the Angel Inn. Now, this is just a very short walk from Laycock Abbey. It is absolutely beautiful. It's literally a 15th century coaching inn. Gorgeous little, once again, it's like a pub as well as accommodation where you can stay. So you'll see very soon my gorgeous little room that overlooked the sort of back garden area. Absolutely loved it. Very small and cozy. The food downstairs in the kind of pub area. It's not a complete pub, but it does serve food. Was absolutely delicious. And having an evening walk as the sun was setting around the village of Laycock was like absolute time travel. It really does feel like you've been transported back around 500 years. I would highly recommend it if you haven't been to Laycock to add this to your list. And the Sign of the Angel is a fantastic place to stay. So let me show you this gorgeous little medieval inn. Now, from Laycock, we drove to, and it was only a short drive to the Bath Priory, which is in Bath. It is just a short walk from the city centre. So, really great if you're wanting to explore that incredible location. This was very different to the Sign of the Angel because this is a Georgian manor house. It is absolutely stunning, stunning Georgian manor house set within 3 acres of beautiful gardens. There's a kitchen garden, there's a beautiful lawn area, there's terraced areas where you can sit and enjoy a glass of bubbles, which I most certainly did. You can dine there. There is a full restaurant. It wasn't open on the night we were there. I think we were there on a Wednesday. I say we because I was traveling with my lovely friend, Dr. Owen Emerson, which some of you I know. So that's who the we is. He did all the driving. He was amazing, great friend. So, yes, so there is a restaurant where you can have a full formal dinner, but it was actually closed the night we were there, but it's fine because they've got other food options, more sort of casual dining. And we chose to dine al fresco on the terrace. And again, the food was just amazing. The room is absolutely beautiful, and you'll see in the little clips. And again, most of the rooms overlook the amazing gardens, the sort of gorgeous big trees, and it was really fun to watch the squirrels playing around from the window. So I absolutely loved it. And the other thing that this hotel has is a spa. I didn't use that, but there's like an indoor pool, there's an outdoor pool, there's spa area. So certainly I know that lots of people go there for weddings and that sort of thing. But the owners, the people who own it, have an extensive art collection, and they've got a lot of it on display in the actual hotel. So it's really fun to walk around the sort of lounge area and the public spaces and have a look at all their artwork. Really, really cool. So again, if you're looking for somewhere quite luxurious to stay near Bath, have a look at the Bath Priory. It is really, really beautiful. So the fourth location is none other than the absolutely magnificent Thornbury Castle in South Gloucestershire. So this is actually my third time staying at Thornbury, so I feel very blessed to have been able to do that over the years. It is the only, as far as I know, the only Tudor castle that now operates as a luxury 5-star hotel. It's a castle where Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn both stayed in themselves for around 10 days in the summer of 1535. My last video was on Thornbury, on my stay at Thornbury, so I'm not going to say too much about it again, because please, if you want to see more, watch that video about my stay. It's an incredible experience, really. If I wish, all Tudor history lovers could do it once in their lifetime, because it is magical. It is so special. So you can stay there, you can dine there. They also have an incredible restaurant. You can have afternoon tea there. So even if you're not able to overnight there, if you're in that area, book yourself in for an afternoon tea. You will not regret it. The gardens are said to be some of the oldest gardens in England. It certainly has a very magical vibe. It was owned by Edward Stafford, the Duke of Buckingham originally. But like I say, I've gone into all of this in my last video. So I'll leave the link below, and I'll also leave all the links for all the hotels and locations mentioned if you want to check them out. But Thornbury is an incredible experience. So this time around, I was in the James V room. So they also are all kind of named. It doesn't mean that James V ever stayed there, of course. It's just the theme of the room. The bathroom was the highlight of this room, and you'll see it in a moment. But anyway, like I say, if you want to see more of my stay, do watch my previous video, and let me show you a couple of little clips. So next we headed into Wales, because Thornbury Castle is actually very close to the border with Wales, and so we went to Wales. We spent 3 days exploring the Tudor sites in Wales, which it was my first time doing that, and I absolutely loved it. Highly recommend it. So we stayed in an Airbnb in Pembroke Dock. So hopefully I can link it for you below. Victoria was the lovely owner. A beautiful, stunning cottage, gorgeous gardens, the most incredible view over, I'm not sure if it's a lake or what the body of water is there, but stunning. And I can't tell you how beautiful the sunsets were. Absolutely amazing. I didn't video it in landscape mode, but I had to put in a couple of little portrait videos of the sunsets and view from every single room in the cottage. I say cottage, but it's quite extensive. I think it sleeps like 6 or more people. There were only 2 of us. So we had plenty of space. So a great place if you're going with friends or children or lots of family. So quiet, so peaceful. And the best part is really close to lots of important sites like Pembroke Castle, for example, but not too far from anything really. So a really great location to stay in, and the host was amazing. She recommended places to eat, to go for dinner, locations to see. She even had maps out. Very, very helpful, very responsive. So that was an amazing place to stay. And as I say, I'm going to try and link it for you below, but that was an Airbnb. But let me show you a few little videos from our wonderful cottage in Wales. So after exploring Tudor Wales for a few days, we headed to Ludlow. Now, Ludlow is in England, but it's also on the sort of Welsh Marches area there. So amazing area to explore. Again, incredibly atmospheric. I love Ludlow. I go back anytime I'm in the area. I go to Ludlow and visit Ludlow Castle, but Ludlow itself is quite amazing. So we went there for the castle, but we spent basically 24 hours there. We went to Ludlow Castle. We went to the Feathers Hotel, had a fantastic Sunday lunch. It happened to be Sunday when we were there, and we overnighted in the Townhouse Ludlow. Now, these again, gorgeous place to stay. Absolutely no complaints. You get the key from the like local bakery. It's not a hotel as such. They're just kind of places where you can stay. So you get the key from there. They show you everything, check you in. It was quiet, it was clean, it was lovely, very historic vibe. I think the building is actually a medieval building. But quite luxurious inside. Lovely view of the street and all the historic buildings there. So that's called the Townhouse Ludlow. So many incredible places to eat. We ended up having some tapas in the evening. We didn't need too much after the big Sunday lunch, but they recommend great places for breakfast, and so it's a fantastic place to visit. The Tudor Association is that well, it's got a lot of history, but that Catherine of Aragon and Prince Arthur Tudor lived at Ludlow Castle during their very brief marriage. So that's why it draws a lot of Tudor history lovers, but it's just a really fantastic historic village. Lots of nice walks that you can do, great for foodies. Honestly, the food on this trip was absolutely amazing. The pubs were serving great meals. It was just, I have no complaints about the food at all. Really wonderful. But let me show you my room at the Townhouse Ludlow. So I spent my final night in England at the Petersham Hotel in Richmond. Absolutely stunning. Once again, the accommodation on this trip was very, very special. So the Petersham is a 19th century building, and you'll see it in one of the videos. It is beautiful. It occupies this really commanding spot on top of Richmond Hill. So it overlooks the Thames and all the surrounding area. Really beautiful. From there, you can very easily access so many historic houses just walking along the river. You don't need to drive anywhere. So I went to Strawberry Hill House. I walked there, and also Ham House, but there was Marble House and all other historic properties that I saw as I was walking to Strawberry Hill House. So it's a great position for walks, for exploring the Thames area. And I just love being on that side of the city because it's really easy to get to Heathrow. You don't have to battle too much traffic. The hotel is beautiful. One of its most notable features is this incredible staircase, which again, I'm so sorry I didn't film in landscape, so I just put in a little portrait video that I took. Beautiful, lots of art on display, has a library area, a beautiful restaurant again, where you can sit and dine formally, or there's an area where you can just eat more informally. You can eat in the library if you like as well. And the view over the common area there is just, it was really, really beautiful. A beautiful way to end an incredible holiday. And I would highly recommend it again if you're looking for somewhere very special to stay in or near Richmond. It also, the bit of the Thames, the section of the Thames that it overlooks is quite a famous spot because it's one of the bends. So yes, it was lovely to be able to watch the sunset in the evening and to just relax there and go for walks as well. Really, really beautiful. Highly recommended. Once again, incredible food. That's sort of the theme of my video. Delicious food and drinks, and an easy reach to Heathrow, as I say. So let me show you the Petersham. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed having a little peek at 7 really wonderful places to stay in England, and of course the Airbnb in Wales as well. I will leave all the information that I can in the info box below, but do say hello and let me know how you're doing. I have other videos planned. There's actually some very exciting things going on in my little world, which I'm going to share with you in the next video. A couple of new beginnings, let's just say. So make sure you're subscribed so that you will be alerted when I post again. But I'm also visiting a historic house not far from where I live, well, actually a few hours from where I live, this weekend. So I'm going to take you along, of course, and show you all of that. So in the meantime, please take good care of yourself, and I cannot wait to see you next week, hopefully. Fingers crossed.